To be honest, it's pretty amazing. We've got these dogs, and a lot of people have dogs. They understand the bond that people have, but a lot of people, when they go to work, they leave their dog at home. Our dogs live with us. Our dogs live in a kennel out back. They're with us 24/7. When we go to work, our dog comes with us. So that bond is that much stronger. Through the training we do with them, it's pretty amazing. You might even see some of the stuff today, how the dogs are there to assist us, but they're there to protect us as well. So it's pretty cool going out and working, knowing that I've got someone watching my back 24/7 while I'm working, and he's always there. So it's pretty amazing with what they can do and with how close you get with them. Here, please. This canine trying to my dog. Show yourself, son, my dog. Find him. Just hang tight there for a second. So there's an open room off to the right where the dog has now moved into to clear that area. It's an area similar in size to where we are right now. So right now, when he's out of my visual range, I'm listening for any indications he might be making. If he finds someone in here, what he will do is he'll bark to indicate, so I'm listening for that. And he spent a fair good amount of time in that end. I can be confident that with the time he spent in there with no indications that there's likely no one in there. So if you can hear him barking, that's my dog indicating that he's located someone within the building. We're going to make our way forward here as safe as we can. Good boy, come. Come, come. Heel. Down. 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 Bad guy, show yourself. Bad guy, come out with your hands up. Come out with your hands up. Good boy, buddy. That's a good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Boy. So basically, he's got his reward for finding the guy. That's what this scenario was for. Had this played out into an actual scenario, like an actual real life, we would have moved in, made the arrest on our suspect. We do that in our training as well, but for today's reasons, he's got his reward, he's happy, and he's done what he's supposed to do. So we'll run Hal out, and we'll get Wolfe in here, and it'll be his turn. Come on, buddy. Come on.
It is pretty awesome. Obviously, you have to love dogs. The amount of time that we spend with them, I probably spend more time with my dog Wolfe than I do my family. So it is a big commitment, but if you love dogs, it's probably the best job in the world. The special bond that we have with them, it is something pretty incredible, just like anyone else would have at home with their own dog, except obviously our dogs play a really special, important role with us when we go to work. Sit. Sit. Legalies! Release my dog! Legalies! Not now, it's my dog! Find him. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come. Come. Heel. Heel. Down. 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 Bad guy, come out. Put your hands in the air. Slowly, keep your hands in the air. Good boy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, good boy, buddy. Did you find that guy? Did you find that guy? Good boy. Good boy. Woo-hoo. Good boy. Good boy. So two different community agencies purchased the dogs for the service. Hal was purchased by the Kinsman Club, and my dog Wolfe was purchased by the Knights of Columbus. So they got to actually name the dogs. So Wolfe's name came from one of the founders, Ernest J. Wolfe from the Knights of Columbus.
And Hal was Harold Allen Rogers from the Kinsman Club in Peterborough. He was one of their founders. So those agencies purchased are kind enough to purchase the dogs for us, so they also get to name the service dogs. I guess we don't have to talk about the selection process for being
the dogs are a fairly big expense, which is part of the reason why without the community agencies, our program probably wouldn't be running. They can be upwards of almost $10,000 just for the dog, depending on where you get it from, and depending on what the demand for dogs is at the time. So right now is a fairly high demand for dogs, so their price is a little bit higher. So without their help, we couldn't actually afford these dogs in our service.
And then once we actually get paired with a dog and we're selected, we do all our training with Niagara Regional Police Service. So the dogs have to complete a 15-week course to actually pass and meet standards to become a police dog. And then after that, we recertify every 6 months, so twice a year up in Niagara.
If they don't meet the standard, they don't go on the road. So it's a fairly not stressful, but we have to be on our game because we don't want our dogs just out there doing whatever they want. They have to be in full control of us. So if they aren't meeting the standards, they don't get put on the road, and that's why we do recertify twice a year to ensure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. That is only just recertification. We train every day if we could. Yeah. We train together whenever we work together. We have shifts that overlap with each other specifically for that purpose. And we also attend Niagara for maintenance training with our master handler in Niagara once a month. Each of us are down there just to ensure that our dogs are still doing what they're supposed to be doing and
doing it well, basically.
Most dogs usually go through the course at around 2 years of age. So usually if they're in good health, they usually retire them around the age of 8. So I guess the average service dog would, if they could get 5 or 6 years, that would probably be pretty good. Me and Sam are a little fortunate. We got our dogs a little younger. I think I got Wolfe when he was 8 months old.
And Hal, I believe Hal was 9 when I got him.
So actually our dogs went through the course a little bit younger than the average dog. Both our dogs were basically certified and on the road at 1 year. So if they both retire at 8 years, they could potentially both get 7 years of service. Yeah, so when the dogs do retire, we do get to keep them with us. Obviously they live with us right now as well. With our schedule being pretty hectic, we're both on call 24/7, so we bring the dogs and all the equipment home in case we get called out in the middle of the night or any given time when we're off. As there's only 2 of us, we don't have 100% coverage with the service, obviously, so there is times when neither one of us are working and we get called out. A lot of cases where obviously they just can't even be successful in the sense of there's no one there to be found. Someone thinks that there's something there. But we've been really fortunate that both our dogs have had many successes in locating people, drugs, missing people, apprehending suspects, anything like that. It's they definitely play a major role in helping out our service and investigating crimes and figuring everything out.
So when we're doing our drug searches, we search houses, we search cars, all kinds of stuff. It's not only we want our dogs to find the drugs, but we want our dogs not to indicate where there isn't drugs. So when we're doing a drug search for training purposes, we're working through areas where there's not drugs in order to make sure that our dog isn't giving us a false indication as to how there isn't.
Good boy. Did you find that? Did you find that dope? Good boy. Good boy.
It's pretty amazing what they can accomplish. When I look at it, when I first became a handler, I was really amazed on what they could do. Having said that, it's all just their natural abilities that we're drawing out of them, and we're steering into a certain direction. For thousands of years, dogs have been tracking people for thousands, or not people, but tracking things. They track animals for food. We're just taking that natural ability and we're turning it into tracking people. So we're tracking the people that we want them to find. So it's just taking that sort of thing. You could go on and on about what the dogs are capable of. Our dogs are only trained for certain tasks. There's other dogs that are more specified for different tasks. Our dogs, we do tracking, building searches, open searches. We do narcotics searches. We'll do an article search, so if someone drops or loses something or tries to hide something from us. And we do bite work and handler protection and suspect apprehension. That's only a drop in the bucket of what dogs are capable of. There's cadaver dogs to find deceased people. There's bomb dogs and gun dogs, strictly looking for those things. They even have, if you're going through border services and whatnot, there's currency dogs that find money alone. There's dogs that find certain plants, certain animals. The Ministry of Natural Resources have dogs that find certain types of fish and certain types of wild animals to assist them in their job. So the broad scheme of what any dog is capable of is huge, and they touch a lot of industries that people aren't even really aware of.
Hey, let's look at the drugs.
Al. Al, come. Get to. Al. Get to.
Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. Hey, good boy, buddy.
These are working dogs, and there are some times when we have to put them in scenarios where they might get hurt. And that's just kind of one of the unfortunate things that come with the job. But for instance, if there's a building that's dark, or we're not worried about something, we'd put the dog in there to check out that building or that spot rather than put an officer in harm's way. Sit. Hey, you! Come here right now. You're under arrest. Don't run. You're gonna lose my dog. That one. Take him. Good boy. Speak to that guy. Good
It's a
boy.
15-week course, and it's done through Niagara Regional Police. Their master trainer trains us under that umbrella, and we've been with them for I think it's over 20 years now since the K9 Unit started. It's been a great relationship. So for 15 weeks, we are there with our dog right from the start, no training whatsoever from the start, and we basically build from the ground up on there. After the 15 weeks, our dogs are certified in all the different tasks that they're capable of, and we are required twice a year, in the spring and the fall, we return and we recertify our dogs. So if our dogs were to not certify in a specific area that they're capable of, they wouldn't be put on the road, because we want to make sure that everything they do is up to code, and that they're a safe working animal to be out there. It's easy, buddy. Up. Up. Heel. Sit. Hal, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Hey, you drop the hammer. Put the weapon down. You're under arrest, or I'll send my dog. Take him. Good boy. Good boy. Hold on to that guy. Good boy. Bad guy, stop fighting my dog. Stand still. Out. Come. Come. Good boy. Heel. Down. Down. Good boy. Down. Down.
Good boy. Ah, come on, buddy. Oh, it's a good boy. That's a good boy, buddy. Woo-hoo, good job, buddy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, buddy. Come on.
For the building search that you saw for an example today, we were searching about a 20,000 square foot warehouse. The two dogs, the two of them, one was quicker than the other, but both of them realistically only took 3 to 4 minutes max to find that person hiding in that warehouse. If we were to go in, say it was in the middle of the night, and we were to go in and try and search that building by ourselves without the assistance of a dog, it could take us 20 minutes, could take us an hour. You're also putting yourself in that dangerous situation because where that person was hiding, very secluded, very tight area, I would have had to have gotten right on top of that person to find them, which puts myself into a dangerous situation. Not all criminals are bad people, but a lot of people don't want to go to jail. So what are they going to do to try and get away in that situation if it was me in there and not my dog finding them?